Hello YouTube, welcome to Matter of Opinion. So you're looking to cut the cord and you don't know which direction to go. What are your options? You got the Roku stick or Roku TV. You got the Fire Stick or the Fire TV. And you got the Google TV box or Google TV. Which one do you go with? Tune in and we'll find out. Hello YouTube. So today we're comparing the three most sorted devices for cutting the cord. The Roku stick or Roku TV, the Fire TV or Fire Stick, and the Android TV. Now these three devices, as far as cost spectrum, they're kind of in the same ballpark depending on which one that you get. But the Fire TV and the Android TV, those two are kind of similar but different in a lot of ways. Now the Roku stick, that is completely different from the both of them completely. And depending on what type of person you are as far as cutting the cord, that will determine which device that you will get and which is best for you. Let's take a look at the UIs. Alright, so let's take a look at the Roku setup. So there's your home screen. You have all your essential apps that you downloaded here. For Roku, pretty much all the paid services that you have, like your Hulu's, your Prime Video, and Netflix and everything like that. As you see, Sling, Apple TV, ESPN, YouTube TV's there. Pretty much all paid services are on this thing. And a lot of times when a new service comes out, a new TV subscription, things of that nature comes out, it usually comes to Roku first. To check for applications, you could do a search right here. So if you're looking for a particular app, I don't know, let's just say for instance, Fubo TV, right there. You click it, right there, boom, pops up. You can click to add the channel, which will download it. And yeah, so that's how you do your search. And then streaming channels, this is where you look up all your premium services. You got 4K editor's pick, news and notables, recommended. So it's pretty much straightforward. This is great. This is a great platform for people who cut the cord with like the Hulu and Netflix, YouTube TV, Prime Video, stuff like that. And another bonus for having the Roku is, say if you have Xfinity and you have 5 TVs or 4 TVs in the house. The first box is free. All the other boxes, you gotta pay like $10 for it, extra for each box. With the Roku, as long as you have it, you have it in your home network, you'll just have the one main hub, and then the other TVs you get on the Roku stick or Roku TV. Download the Xfinity app. You gotta be logged on to their network, of course. You can't go out the house with the Roku stick and plug it in somewhere else and use it. No, it gotta be in the home network. So you get it, download the Xfinity app, launch it, and pretty much you get the Xfinity service without the additional fee of the box. So that's, a good way if you wanna save a couple of dollars if you actually have cable service. Now I will say this, when you use the Xfinity app on the Roku, it is a bit slower and you don't get all the features, but for the most part you can watch TV and everything like that. Pretty much what you see is what you get. Nice, simple, basic platform. Now I will like to point out, the Xfinity app is a little bit sluggish than if you had a traditional cable box, but hey, comes with the territory. You are saving, $10 a month per box. So if you, like I said, if you have about 3 or 4 TVs or 2 TVs, it's saving you $20, $30, or $40 a month. Now, Xfinity is not the only app that's on there. There's also Spectrum and a few others. Me, I used to have Xfinity, so that was the one that I used. Now, let's take a look at the UI for the Fire Stick or Fire TV. All right, so here's your Fire TV. Right here's the home section. So right here, say recent, that's your recent apps that you use. This is your row of your apps that you downloaded, where you can click through. You can also reorganize them. Go to CO. If you long click on it, it'll give you the option to move your icons the way you want it. So that's pretty much your application tray. You have right here your live TV section. So any live TV apps such as Sling, YouTube TV, Philo will all be in this section. And then it's like a little guide here where it tells you kind of what's live and what's going on right now. So if you have the subscription for it, then you can just launch it from there. Your videos, I believe that's a lot of on-demand stuff that's on Amazon Prime, your watch list, Netflix recommendations, things like that. Then you got the free movies section, so anything in here is usually free with whatever subscriptions you have. Then you got your movies, your TV shows. Then you got your app section, which if you're looking for a particular app, it's here. Your Apple TV, your Disney Plus, your Hulu, your Sling, your Showtime. Now, if you want to look for a specific app without going through all that searching, you go all the way right here to this little magnifying glass and you type in whatever app it is you're looking for. So let's just say we're looking for Netflix. Right there, populate, boom, you click it, there's Netflix. So it's pretty straightforward, pretty smooth app. The advantage is you can sideload apps. So some apps that you don't see in the app store, you can sideload it by using either Downloader or downloading a third-party app store or something like that. Now, if you're gonna download a third-party app on the Fire TV, or even if you're using the Google TV for that nature, I would recommend you get one of these. Because some of the apps you may download may not function well with the default remote that came with the device. So getting one of these will be very beneficial. They run about $15 to $25 on Amazon, depending on if you want Bluetooth or one with a dongle. It doesn't have Google Play services, but you still can download and install some Google apps or whatever by sideloading them. And usually you do that by using the downloader app. You can look online, Google it. There's many different ways to sideload different applications onto the Fire Stick. I'm gonna do another video to show you how to sideload things, especially IPTV, for those who's looking to cut the cord. But yeah, this is the Fire Stick / Fire TV. So as you see, the Fire TV or Fire Stick is a bit more complex than the Roku. The Roku is more simple and the Fire Stick has a lot more features to it. As far as like showing you what's live playing now, recommendations, things of that nature, being able to sideload. So, it's a little bit more, it takes a little bit more savviness to navigate it and do all the things that you want to do, but it's definitely a more complex device than the Roku. Now, let's look at the Google TV. All right, so here's a look at the Google TV. You have your Play Store right here. You have your row of applications. Let's take a look at the Play Store. Now, when you set up your Google TV or your Google TV box, first thing you're gonna do is have to log into your Google Play Store account. Pretty much any app that you have on your account that you paid for that's compatible with the Google TV or Google TV box, you'll have access to it here. If you need to search for any app, you go to this little magnifying glass and type in whatever app that it is that you're searching for. And again, this has all your standard, your Disney Plus, your Hulu, your Netflix. It has all of those things. Now, any apps that you download that has a subscription or any type of video content, you'll see recommendations here. See how it has Netflix, your YouTube, your Play Music, your YouTube TV, your YouTube Kids, pretty much any video service that you have, it'll show recommendations here, just like it did on the Fire Stick or the Fire TV. Now, the only drawback with this device is if you get the Google TV, it doesn't have that much storage space. So if you go into settings and you look at the device preference, you'll see right here under storage, it has about 4 gigs, 5 gigs roughly. If all you're doing is downloading, your streaming services or IPTV or anything like that, it's not gonna take up a lot of gigs. So that's a good amount of storage space for the device. You can do some gaming. I wouldn't recommend it. As far as gaming go, it's much smoother than on the Fire Stick or the Fire TV. But if you're gonna do any type of gaming on a Google or Android device, I would recommend the NVIDIA Shield. That right there is like the best of the best. That's almost console quality. But yeah, so there's the UI for the Google TVO. And if you see this home row of icons right here for my favorite apps, if you want to add them to this home screen, you click the plus button and your apps that you download will populate here. You just click on it and it'll be on the home screen. And you can move it around, click the move button, move it around, so forth. I don't need this here, so let's remove it. So yeah, that's the Google TV UI. So now that we've seen all the 3 devices, which one is for you? If you're a person who just have the regular old Netflix, Hulu, Disney Plus, I say go with the Roku. Number 1, it's cheap, and affordable, and their TVs are cheap and affordable also, and they'll take care of all the services that you need. And if you're a person that have a cable subscription, it would be beneficial to you, because with the Roku you can load up the app for that particular cable subscription, such as Xfinity, download the app, and you have access to all the channels. But like I said, it can only be while you're on the network in your home. Can't take it out of the house and load it up on somebody else's network and you still have access to that app. But for me, I would say if you want the best of both worlds, I would say the Fire Stick, because the Fire Stick can basically do everything that the Roku can do, and it can do everything that the Google TV can do, but it doesn't have the Google Play services. So that means your Google Music, Google Drive, or Google Photos, those type of things aren't on there because it doesn't have the Google services, or your Gmail. But all your streaming services, it has. Now, one advantage, like I said, the Roku has over the Fire Stick is that usually when a new streaming service come out, it'll be on the Roku first and then later the Fire Stick. But the Fire Stick, as I say, is very compact. You can just take it, put it in your pocket, take it to your buddy's house, and you can have all your streaming entertainment over there. Or if you're a person that go on vacation a lot, pack that with you, take it on the go, just a matter of plugging it in the back of the TV, and boom, you're off and running. Now, the Fire Stick has its advantage, especially when it comes to IPTV service. And like I said, I'm gonna do another video explaining where to find IPTV services, the cost, and how to load it onto your device. Now, personally, if you're a person who is not on the budget and you want the all-inclusive package of gaming and very smooth, longevity, buying a device that you won't have to get an upgrade for about 5 to 10 years, I would go with the NVIDIA Shield. That is the ultimate device, superior to any device that the Fire TV has or Roku has. That device, the one I currently have, I have the 2017 model, the Pro version with 500 gig hard drive space. With that device, I do a lot of Nintendo ROM gaming, Super Nintendo gaming, Sega Genesis gaming, Nintendo 64, I do gaming on that, and I also do high graphical intensive games, and there's no stutter or hiccup. So, like I said, it depends on what type of person you are to determine which one you're gonna get. But if you ask me which one I would go with, I personally would go with the NVIDIA Shield. Now, the NVIDIA Shield is not a cheap device. You can get them at Best Buy for about $150 to $200, and that just varies with the amount of gig space. But for a person on a budget, the Fire Stick is a perfect device. The 4K variant of the Fire Stick, because that's only $50. But you could sometimes catch them on sale for about $25 or $30, give or take. And the Roku comes in the cheapest at about $30. But if you ask me, if you want the one that's best bang for your buck, I would go with the Fire Stick. Why? Because the Fire Stick can do everything that the Roku can do, and it also can do a lot of the things that the Google TV can do. And the form factor alone makes it travel friendly. Not to say the NVIDIA Shield and the Roku isn't travel friendly, but the Fire Stick, like I said, can do everything that the Roku can do, plus more, and a majority of the things that the NVIDIA Shield or the Google TV can do. So that's my honest opinion on the matter. Stay tuned for the next video when I break down how to install IPTV service and where to get it from. If you like what you see, like and subscribe and share amongst your friends. Until then, peace.
Time for me to hold it down, time for me to break it down. Y'all cats don't wanna see me, y'all better mind your P's and